What's up, Internet? Happy Monday. I'm Matt Brickman. This is the 734 from WCCO. We know most of you are on your way to work or about to head out the door, so let's get you started with today's weather. And it's pretty quiet. We've got sunshine today. That's a welcome change from what we've had recently. A little bit of snow yesterday, but blue skies and some cooler temperatures. We're only at 7 right now here in the Twin Cities with the wind chill below 0. We should see sunshine, I think, all day long. But we don't warm up a ton. Temperatures only getting into the teens this afternoon, back down below 0 tonight, and then we're still in the teens through the day tomorrow. We've got a little bit of snow coming into the forecast, but probably not until Wednesday. Okay, so today is President's Day. Actually, the federal holiday is Washington's birthday. This has been a federal holiday since 1885. I'm wondering, though, should we swap it out? Not that I don't think our first president is worth celebrating, save your tweets, but I wonder if you'd rather make a change. Would you trade this for a different day off? Now, ignore for a moment that we'd all just like more days off. But if you had to make a trade, would you rather have President's Day or Election Day? President's Day or the Monday after the Super Bowl? What do you think? Maybe there's another day that you'd rather have off instead of today. If you're watching on Facebook, leave a comment. Do the same on Twitter, and we'll read through a few of those coming up in just a little bit. Okay, well, since it is President's Day, President Trump getting out of the office. He'll be in Mar-a-Lago today. Meanwhile, there's going to be protests in Minneapolis and around the country in response to the president declaring a national emergency to get a border wall. In D.C., House Democrats plan to introduce a resolution to block it, which, of course, Trump will then veto. Senator Amy Klobuchar has been busy. She was in Wisconsin and Iowa this weekend, and she'll be in New Hampshire today. One of her events is the CNN Town Hall. New Hampshire hosts its primary in February of next year, just 51 short weeks away. All right, well, this story is awful. Over the weekend, we found out more about the two sisters who were killed in Nevis. There's a vigil held last night for Heidi Pierce and Candy Gucci. They were shot last Thursday. Neighbors say the suspected shooter, Bryce Belomo, was their brother-in-law.
They're awesome people, outgoing, very friendly, just great people, always inviting. I've spent Christmases with them before, so just a small town, everybody knows everybody, and yeah, it's just really saddening.
If you want to help out, there is a GoFundMe page to support their families. More twists and turns in the Jussie Smollett investigation this weekend. Chicago police now want to talk with the Empire star again. This after a police source says new evidence suggests that Smollett orchestrated the attack and paid the guys involved. Police say detectives questioned and released two brothers who were seen in the surveillance video. Governor Tim Walz is scheduled to unveil his budget tomorrow. He's expected to make good on a campaign promise, increase the gas tax. But Republicans who control the Minnesota Senate are not on board. Governor Walz was a guest on WCCO Sunday morning.
The question is Minnesota going to get a world-class transportation system, or are you going to get more gridlock, longer commutes, deficient bridges? And so the question in Minnesota that we were able to talk to people is quit promising people something for free unless you're going to talk about how you're going to pay for it.
Walz estimates that for every penny the gas tax is raised, another $30 million would be generated for road and bridge repairs. Governor Walz's daughter made a pretty cool discovery while the family was moving into the governor's residence. An unopened letter from 17 years ago. First Lady Gwen Walz told the story to Esme yesterday.
And so the residence staff came around and everybody in the house, because it was kind of like finding that message in a hidden bottle. Right. And there was this lovely, lovely letter from Terry Ventura that had not been found before and had not been opened. And it talked about the privilege of serving as Minnesota's First Lady and all of her different emotions and being excited and scared and thrilled and all of those things.
Gwen says every time she passes Terry Ventura's picture in the residence, now she thinks about that letter. All right, take a look at this. Snow in Las Vegas. This is on the Strip. You can see the MGM Grand and a bunch of people in the city who are ill-prepared for snow. This was last night, started as rain, turned to snow. We actually have a Minnesotan down in Las Vegas snapping a photo for us. I want to share this with you. Carl sharing the picture of snow on the cars, on the sidewalks, and palm trees in the background. Kind of a really weird picture of Las Vegas. Back home, we've just been watching the icicles grow and grow with all the snow and rain, or turning to ice and dripping down. We've been seeing a ton of those photos like this one. Janet says her ice veil just keeps growing, just almost covering up the view entirely from the window. Give you another picture here. This one from Andrea in Burnsville. Does your house look like this too? Mine is starting to grow, and I just try to knock them off every time. This one is nearly 8 feet long. This is at Kurt Anderson's son's house in Albertville. And for scale, the human in the picture, Eric, is 6'4". Big guy. Icicle is quite a bit bigger than him. All right, let's get back to today's talker. It is President's Day, as it's known colloquially, but the federal holiday is Washington's birthday, celebrating George Washington, our first president. It's been a federal holiday since 1885. But I wanted to know, like, would you rather trade this for a different day off? Throw up a poll on Twitter. We've got a couple hundred votes here. And it seems like Election Day is running away with it now. Over 50% of the vote. Also, quite a few people still want the day after the Super Bowl. Almost nobody wants to keep this Washington's birth. I still think we should have this, but, you know, maybe we can add another day to it. Cole, what are people saying?
We've got a lot of different responses. We got Jonathan Taylor saying after the Super Bowl would be great. We got Melissa saying I don't have it off.
Sorry, Melissa. Me either.
And
or Cole, we're all here.
We have Annie saying don't forget not everyone has the day off, and that's why we're here.
That's true. I like this comment from Joyce on Twitter. She said, I'd rather have Election Day because voting is the best way to honor past presidents.
Yeah,
that's kind of a neat thought.
And then we have Judy saying, I do feel it is important to have a day to honor all of our presidents. Having a day off is a bonus. I do not want to have a different day off.
This one coming on Twitter. Super Bowl will not even be a thing in 100, possibly 50 years. It's only been around for 70 years. Can't have a national holiday over a private event. If the NFL was smart, they'd just move it to a Saturday, and that way people would drink too much Bud Light.
Bud Light.
But they play football on Sundays. This is very brand specific. All right, that is it for now. This is the 734 from WCCO, a time when most of the Twin Cities are on the go. If you haven't already made us your home for mobile news, go ahead and do that. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7:34. Until then, be nice to each other on the internet.